You're a runner and you love Run Disney, get ready for your wallet to go up in smoke. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lindsay, aka SwishWilly, and I talk about all things Disney. So if you're into that sort of thing, please make sure you hit subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Today, we are talking about the most exciting weekend if you are a Run Disney advocate like myself, Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend that happens in January 2023. Registration is about to open, so I am going to break down everything you need to know to prepare yourself for race registration. If you don't already know this, the 2023 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend is going to be huge this time around. I know you're thinking, this is already a huge weekend, but this time it's even bigger. Not only is it the 30th anniversary of the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend, it is also the 10th anniversary of the Dopey Challenge. So, this is why this video is going to be very important for you if you are planning to register. You need to be as prepared as humanly possible because this is going to sell out fast. Now, from what I have been seeing online, I have never seen so many people ready to sign up for Dopey. People get excited about this Dopey challenge, and we're gonna get into what that entails in just a second, but people are excited. People who have never ran any race are planning to do the Dopey, so it is going to be highly competitive, so be prepared. Marathon Weekend is going to be starting on January 4th, running through January 8th. Now, I know what you're thinking. January 4th is a Wednesday, not a weekend at all, but this is going to be your very first day of the Run Disney Expo. So that's why they say the weekend starts on the 4th. The theming for this year, I'm really excited about. As you can tell, I am wearing a Goofy movie shirt. This theming is going to be 90s themed because they are going back to 30 years ago on the first marathon weekend. So obviously you're going to expect the 90s theming, as well as iconic characters. I'm personally hoping they're going to bring out a lot of rare characters from the 90s, as well as maybe develop some new character meet and greets. I'm hoping for Powerline myself, but that's a stretch, I think. One can always dream. And on the website, it says that it's going to be giving a glimpse into Run Disney events of the past. What that means, I have no clue. I don't know if that means they're going to try to go back to original course maps, but what I can tell you, they did not revert the price points back to 90s cost. I promise you that. Let's just get down into it, shall we? Let's talk about all the race distances, what their cost is, all the challenges and costs, and what each race is going to include. It looks like this is going to be an ongoing trend moving forward, that Run Disney is also going to be offering these races in virtual. Now, during the pandemic, all the in-person races got moved to virtual, and they're continuing that because people are pretty interested in them. So if you can't make it down to Disney for this race weekend, you can always opt to do it yourself at home by doing the virtual runs. Me personally, I do not have the motivation to do a full marathon on my own. I'm just gonna be honest with everybody. I have to do the races in person for me to actually participate, so. Okay, so first, let's start with the 5K. Now the 5K, as per usual, has Pluto as its iconic character. The virtual 5K, as expected, is going to be slightly cheaper than the in-person 5K because you get a little bit less. You don't get the character meet and greets, you obviously don't get to run through the parks, so they're not going to anticipate you're going to want to pay the full amount. I should have said this earlier, but all the prices that I'm going to be talking about are also going to be including the 6.6% service fee, so this is what it'll be grand total. You don't have to worry about trying to calculate it out yourself. That's why these prices have very odd numbers. If you want to do the 5K in virtual, you are looking at $84.21. If you are planning to do the 5K in person, you're looking at $103.40. What you're going to get for both virtual and in person, you get a personalized bib for in person, but you also get a downloadable bib on virtual. You also get a virtual playlist. The cool thing with the virtual though is that you are also getting downloadable race kit, which means you get printable mile markers. So that means if you feel like mapping out your race, you can go and do that and plug in the mile markers for yourself, so you can kind of make it seem a little bit more like you're there in person. Now for the 10K. Now if you are interested in 10K, the iconic characters that are going to represent this year for the 10K are going to be Chippendale, whereas last year it was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. So there is a character change on this, which is not new considering it actually used to be Minnie Mouse, but now it's Chippendale. Your virtual 10K is looking at $105.53, while your in-person 10K is looking at $146.04. Now let's move over to your half marathon. The half marathon iconic characters are both Donald Duck and Daisy Duck, which is exactly what they did last year, where in years past, it was just Donald. Your virtual half is going to be $125.79, while your in-person half marathon is going to be $213.20. Now for the full marathon. Your full marathon is obviously going to be represented by Mickey Mouse, but it's also represented by Minnie Mouse as well. Now this happened for the most recent race, but before it was only Mickey. Your virtual full marathon is $127.92. While the in-person full marathon used to be the same price as the half marathon, it's actually increased by $5 more. So now your total is $218.53 for your full marathon. Now this is where the big bucks come in. I know the other races are pretty expensive, but now you're looking at the big bucks. And exactly what I was talking about when I said your wallet is about to go up in smoke. Yes, we are talking about the challenges, both the Goofy and the Dopey. You're not sure exactly what these challenges entail? I'm gonna tell you. The Goofy challenge is your half marathon and full marathon. Now your Dopey challenge is all 4 race weekend events. So you have your 5K, your 10K, your half marathon, and your full marathon. Your virtual Goofy challenge is looking at $293.15. This does include 3 medals though. So you get your Goofy challenge medal, you get your half marathon medal, and your full marathon medal. Plus 3 race shirts as well. Your in-person Goofy challenge is $413.73. I did the Goofy challenge last year, super worth it. I had a blast. I had 0 training and I still managed to do fairly well. So I do recommend this challenge over the course of that weekend if the Dopey challenge is slightly frightening. Now let's move over to the Dopey challenge price point. Your virtual Dopey is $511.68. Yes, that's hefty to run on your own accord. Your in-person Dopey challenge is $660.92. With this one, you get 6 medals. You get your 5K, your 10K, your half, your full, your Goofy challenge because you did both the half and the full, and you get the Dopey challenge medal. So it's pretty rad. And of course, you're gonna get the 6 race shirts as well. Now there is another race that happens over the course of this weekend. It actually happens on the Disney Cruise Line following race weekend, so make sure that you are doing the cruise right after the marathon. I actually did this past year. However, I didn't do the challenge because it wasn't available this year. Now, if you wanted to do that race, it is a 5K and it's $95.94. One thing that I need to bring up to you is that there are age restrictions with these races. If you have children that are wanting to race over the course of this weekend, you need to be 5 and up to run any 5K. You have to be 10 and up to run the 10K. And once you get into that half marathon, you're going to have to be 14 years of age or older. And your full marathon, you must be 18 years of age or older. They do say on the website that they want these age requirements to mirror for virtual. So they do recommend that if you are running this virtually, you abide by their age restrictions. Now that you know what you're looking at price-wise, the next thing you gotta know is when registration opens. If you are a Club Run Disney member, chances are you're not watching this video because you are a seasoned vet and already know how this goes, but just in case you are, registration opens for you on April 12th, which is this coming Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. For everybody else, including myself, we have to wait until April 19th at 10 a.m. to register for all of the races. Now for registration, note that if you are signing up for the Dopey Challenge, you do not need to register for all the other individual races. This will automatically include all 4 races. That also goes for the Goofy Challenge. If you sign up for the Goofy Challenge, you do not need to sign up for the half or the full individually. Those are already included. Because there are no challenges for the 5K or the 10K together, if you wanted to run both of those, you need to do it individually, which can be very stressful. So my tip to you is sign up for the 5K first because those always sell out first. However, if the 10K is more important to you than the 5K, obviously go with the 10K. Pick your preferred race distance 1st. If you are looking to sign up for the virtual races, those open up 3 days later. So you can register for virtual on April 22nd at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is the witching hour for Run Disney, so make sure you're at your computer well before that time and consistently refreshing your window. Now, the daunting thing is your proof of time and your race pace requirements. You do not need a proof of time for your 5K or your 10K. You only need a proof of time with your half marathon and full marathon. With that being said, the only time you are going to need a proof of time is if you are anticipating finishing the half marathon in under 2 hours and 15 minutes, and or you are expecting to finish the marathon at under 4.5 hours. Now, the reason why they do this is simply for safety. They don't want a slower runner to be up closer to the front. The closer you get, the more seasoned and elite these runners can be. So you just want to be very, very mindful to stick true to exactly the timing that you know or think you are going to finish the race. Now, the pace cutoff for racing is 16 minutes per mile. And if you've never heard of the balloon ladies before, you will see them. They are going to have balloons attached to their running belt, and they actually are going to be at the very, very back. They are going to be running at the absolute minimum pace. So if you can keep up with the balloon ladies, you will not get swept, because yes, Disney will sweep runners who are running behind the balloon ladies. You are going to see cyclists with red flags showing you exactly, hey, this is the race cutoff. You better either speed up or a bus is going to come get you. Yes, it's slightly terrifying to think of this. However, the balloon ladies are fantastic. You do not need to be afraid of them. And when in doubt, just follow their pace and you'll be fine. For your proof of time, you have up until September 27th to change your anticipated race time and to provide a proof of time. With that being said, if you have a proof of time that has happened before September 27th, put it in as soon as you possibly can. Because even if you have a stellar proof of time that you acquired on September 1st, let's say, and you think that that's going to put you in starting group number 2, if starting group number 2 has already been filled by people who have provided their proof of time, you will get shifted to the next available corral. So let me clarify on this. The next available group does not mean starting group number 3. That is going to be the next available one. So if starting group 3 is already full with people with that proof of time, you'll go to starting group 4 and so on and so forth. So the earlier you get in your proof of time, the better. And in order to change your proof of time, all you got to do is log into your Run Disney account and make those changes. This is a very, very, very important thing to remember. Run Disney races are non-refundable. No matter what happens, they typically will not give you your money back. So be very mindful of this. Make sure that you are absolutely 100% committed to running these races and you're not loosey-goosey about it, because it's a very heavy investment for an uncertain thing. So please take note. This is typically non-refundable. I took a major gamble last year because I had broken my foot in the summer and I still registered for the Goofy Challenge. Thank God I was able to race. That was a gamble I was willing to take. I was willing to potentially lose out on that money. So please be very mindful that they will not give you a refund even if you have a broken limb. Now, to add on to non-refundable registration, this also means if a Disney race is canceled due to weather, you will not be refunded. Laid out very clearly on their website. However, in the past, when a race has been canceled, which yes, it has happened, Disney has issued gift cards in the past, but they have also opted for runners to defer to a different Run Disney race. Usually it's the one of your choice. However, if the full marathon is canceled, sure, you can defer to another race, but the full marathon is only available on the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend. So you'd have to wait until the following January. Now for the Expo, if you have never ran a race, you probably have never gone to a race expo. The Expo is where you go to get all of the race merchandise, but most importantly, it is where you go and pick up your race bib. So you need to go at least the day before to the Expo to pick up your bib. In order to pick up your bib, you do need government issued ID, so to prove that it's you, otherwise you're going to get a bib snatcher, and we all know the Patty Pan story. If you do not know about Patty Pan, Google it. You'll find it pretty easily. If you are running with another adult, you cannot pick up their race bib for them. All adults are required to pick up their own race bib. Now, if you have anyone who is under the age of 18, obviously you can pick up their race bib as well because they're under 18. Now, as I mentioned earlier, your Run Disney Expo does start on Wednesday, January 4th. This is where if you want the race merchandise, you're gonna wanna go on the first day because yes, unfortunately, eBayers hit up the Expo. So there may be a change in how they do the Expo this year and who they allow in on the first morning, but don't bank on that one either, so prepare to be there early. On January 4th, it opens at 10 and it closes at 8. On January 5th, it's open from noon until 6 p.m. On the 6th, it is open at 10 through to 7 p.m. Please also make sure that you are signing your race waiver prior to going. If you are a US resident running, you are very, very lucky and you have a digital race waiver, so you can just do it online and not have to worry about taking it because it'll be on your account. However, if you are an international runner, such as myself, I am from Canada if you did not know this, although you probably heard my accent at some point in this video, please note that you will need to print out the waiver and sign it and bring it with you. So I hope this video helped you prepare for race registration. Again, that opens up on April 12th if you are a Club Run Disney member, which you're probably not watching this video, but for general registration, it opens up on April 19th for the in-person events and April 22nd for the virtual. So be ready, be prepared, and have fun. So thank you again for watching this video. Please make sure you hit subscribe and click that notification bell, and also make sure you give this a big thumbs up. And please comment down below and let me know if I can anticipate seeing you at race weekend. Granted, I get in because I am hoping for the dopey myself. Best of luck to each and every one of you for race registration. It's going to be stressful. Yes, I know it will, but please check out this video that I'm going to put here. I will also link it down below. I made a video on how to register for your Run Disney race so you can be fully prepared and what to expect. Have an awesome day!